Do you notice anything different about my Star Expedition? That's right, the middle guy is blue now. This isn't some fancy new update where for everyone it looks like this. This is something exclusive for the top 3 guilds on the Android server. This is the new top tier boss in Star Expedition, which has some absolutely horrible abilities. This guy is an absolute meme kid because of one particular power, Curse of Decay. It gets triggered when the enemy receives any attribute buff at all. When it triggers, it removes one attribute buff that you could have and then deals 1000% of attack damage. After that, it disappears. The problem with Curse of Decay is this guy throws it out like there's no tomorrow. It's just like, boom, Curse of Decay, boom, Curse of Decay, smack, 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 and it just dominates your team. And for context, I'm running a pretty powerful Star Expedition lineup. For example, when I didn't even have Destiny improvements on my Aspen, my team was capable of dealing 1.7 E to the 16 damage in Star Expedition. That happened this week, right? That's before we even managed to get ourselves access to the fancy upgraded versions. When you press the difficult mode, for example, I didn't get this extra damage dealt every time we deal an active. However, none of that matters. Come take a look at what happens when I throw in my normal lineup for Star Expedition. So we'll put it in. We've got our Heart Watcher. We've got our Ignis. It's going to be a lovely little time. We've got Wolf in there too. Come watch the chaos. We start off with an active skill from Freya. And then watch what happens. The boss is going to hit us back eventually when he decides to do it. Right? Oh, yep. You can see. Look, we've got marks underneath us already. Right? Those little 4-kiss marks. The same that 4Cs does to us, the boss is doing right back. And here we go. Team's doing its thing. And I'm already imagining we're going to get absolutely wrecked. Look, our energy's all over the place. Freya did a basic. Like, we do not have consistent energy feed right now at all. So Freya does an active. Halora's going to do an active. We've already lost Heart Watcher. Oh boy. The boss is getting a ton of buffs. And we don't even live. Right? We are completely dead. Look at that damage. We have done 34 trillion and then died. Horrendously poor. Bearing in mind, we normally break the scale. We were killed by the boss by round 7. So, for those of you curious how the heck you're going to be beating Star Expedition when you get to this point, well, 2 things I should tell you. Firstly, your guild needs to be strong enough to beat all the first 100 bosses to even get to this point. But if you are that good, then you've got this to look forward to. You're going to get absolutely destroyed. We're trying at the moment to come up with some strategies to beat this thing, and honestly, we're not having much luck. Generally, the boss, because of the sheer volume of damage this guy's doing, it seems we're gonna have to absolutely use Transcendence heroes, and we can't use cute little fuddy-duddy heroes like Olivia or Ignis or things like that, because we just get hit way too hard. You're gonna need heroes to help you survive, like Natalie, and probably Elena, and things like that. I'm not quite sure to what extent we're going to need those heroes, but you might find it's even going to be entirely reliant on us getting the Destiny improvements just so our team can live. As for energy feed, because we're getting disrupted and Demon Bells seem less consistent, we're probably going to have to be using the new artifact, Elusive Mirror, which hasn't been given out that much, or at least when it has been given out, we've had to choose other things instead because sublimation was a reward. So if you're planning on building Elusive Mirror, it's actually been a pretty slow grind because most of the time you've been able to choose it as an option. You've also been able to choose Core of Origin chests or sublimation. So we're now probably going to have to prioritize getting more copies of Elusive Mirror to be able to deal with this boss. And I don't even know if Energy Steal is a reliable counter to this boss because he already feeds himself a ton of energy. And heck, I've heard rumors that it might not even work. So I'm sorry, I promised you guys I was going to show you just how strong my new Destiny 4 Lord of Fear Aspen was going to be in Star Expedition, but no, the boss has completely changed his abilities, and it seems that there is no way I can bring you a team that is going to be able to do anything like the damage we were doing. So we're going to have to wait till next month for that to be a thing. So basically, we need, as a community, to brainstorm ways to beat this thing. First of all, the active skill is going to deal 1200% of attack damage to all enemies 3 times, reduce their armor by 100%, and steal 5% of their attack for 3 rounds. That's horrible. Then he's going to inflict 2 layers of Calamity and Curse of Decay on you, and Calamity is nasty because that's the thing that silences and fears you when there's 5 layers. Not fun. Go ahead and take a look at this guy's passive skill. After being attacked by basic attacks or active skills, he's going to launch a counterattack to all enemies, which is going to deal 800% of attack damage, inflict 1 layer of Calamity, so there's some more chances of getting silenced and horrified, with a 50% chance to get 1 layer of Curse of Decay on all enemies, which is you. You're the enemy, so that sucks. And whenever an enemy is inflicted with fear, he increases his holy damage by 50% for 15 rounds. So this guy's buffing himself progressively. Like, DH Games nerf Gurk, and they're like, nah. Endless holy damage feed. No. Terrible. But you know what? Just to ruin your day, we're going to stick it on the boss now. Okay, cool, fine. Yeah, that's excellent. And then he's going to restore 30 of his energy with a 50% chance to get an extra 20. So this guy's just energy feeding himself as well. Like, oh, okay, sure. I know it's a boss, so they make it hard by giving him lots of different things, but like, frickin' heck, he's a pain in the butt. And then finally, his passive skill says at the end of each round, reduces the energy of the enemy with the highest attack by 100, because you know that's his annoying effect. He might as well still do that, whilst also reducing their attack by 40% for 2 rounds, and then inflicts 1 layer of Curse of Decay on the target, because it's like, no, you die. And then meanwhile, it's going to increase his allies' attack by 10%, which is him and his tentacles if they're jiggly-wiggling around. But I promise you, the tentacles are not going to be dancing around by this point if your guild is any good. And really, you're not going to get to this stage if your guild's any good. So yeah, even his basic attacks are really annoying, because if we actually did use Energy Steal as a strat, you're just going to get your crit rate stolen for 3 rounds. So we're probably going to have to run something like a Tribute Reduction Purify. But if you're running a Tribute Reduction Purify, you're not running Mark Purify, which means you're going to die to Curse of Decay. So there's a ton of things this guy's capable of, and I'll keep you informed if there's anything that comes to light about how we beat this thing, but expect a lot of heavily guarded secrets and a lot of strategizing within the top guilds, because that's the only way we're going to be able to beat this thing, and it's probably going to be some heavy competition between Omega Project, Utopia, and Core. Chaos will catch up eventually, so will Revenant. I don't even know if Waffles are even going to get to this point, but you'd like to think they can, because there's some good players in Waffles. So maybe as a community we can test some stuff, but I know what Utopia, Omega Project, and Core are like, and there's probably going to be some heavily guarded secrets. And in fact, if there's anything heavily guarded, the 3 of them might just work together and then not tell anybody else the strats. And I'm in Utopia, right? I could, as a content creator, tell you all the secrets. But we haven't got any yet. This thing happened today. So, here's a secret. We ain't got any plans. And we're a little bit scared. So, hopefully, we come up with something. Until then, though, we're going to die a lot. That's nice. See you next time, folks. Have a great week. And good luck with Star Expedition if you ever hit this stage. Hopefully the Destiny improvements make this possible. We've just got to wait and see. Until next time, happy idling.